Now today in the battle arena, we've got Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch, one of the most powerful heroes in the MCU, going up against Jean Grey, the Phoenix, one of the most powerful members of the X-Men. So who's coming out on top here? Well, let's find out. Alright, now before we get into the breakdown, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications for more great content like this every day. All done? Okay, great. And first things first, I want to take a closer look at Jean Grey. She's one of the most powerful X-Men that we've ever seen, and she bonded with the Phoenix Force, a cosmic entity that's literally able to destroy planets. So yeah, the first thing I want to do is figure out how powerful she was before becoming Phoenix, how powerful she is afterwards. Well, while she was having a nightmare in X-Men Apocalypse, so pre-Phoenix Force, she began to melt the walls and shake the foundations of the mansion. She later helped Magneto rebuild the mansion, and then there was her encounter with Apocalypse. Apocalypse was the original mutant, one of the most powerful mutants that we've ever seen, and someone who could take on all of the X-Men by himself. And then Jean comes in there, telekinetically destroyed Apocalypse's armor, and went on to completely disintegrate the mutant. That's how powerful Jean is. And then there's her telepathy. She's able to speak into people's minds, understand what they're thinking. But more impressively, she's able to conceal herself and others with a thought, put people to sleep with just a word. And then again, there was her encounter with Apocalypse. At that time, Apocalypse was already inside of Professor X's mind and was just completely and utterly dominating him inside his own head. Well, then Jean comes in, and well, she ends up completely obliterating him. Not only that, but she goes on to heal all the damage that Apocalypse had done in Xavier's mind within seconds. And just to reiterate, all this was before she encountered the Phoenix Force. After she absorbed the Phoenix into herself, well, she got so much more powerful. She's able to launch out powerful telekinetic attacks that can do some pretty significant damage. She's able to overpower Magneto at his own game, and really has no problem using all of this to even injure her friends. Then, like she did with Apocalypse, now Jean has an even more established ability to just completely disintegrate people. These aliens were superhuman, have been giving the X-Men problems all movie. Yet Jean comes there full Phoenix mode and disintegrates them all, no problem. Then with her telepathy, well, she's able to put people to sleep with a thought. And Professor X can't even begin to compare to her in a psychic fight. But really, all of that was established when she went up against Apocalypse. The most important thing here is the fact that she's now super fast and super tough. She's redirected Storm's lightning after it had already been fired. She's able to catch and throw around Quicksilver while he was running at her. She's also survived being right in the middle of massive explosions. One of those aliens stabbed her all the way through with a giant metal bar. Well, Jean went on to disintegrate that metal beam, disintegrate the alien, ultimately wasn't even really fazed by the attack. According to Beast, her power levels are off the chart. At the end of the movie, when Jean completely merged with the Phoenix Force, well, the Phoenix Force is something capable of both destroying planets and creating entirely new ones. So yeah, Phoenix is freaking powerful. But then there's Scarlet Witch. And as we learned in Avengers Endgame, and are quickly learning in WandaVision, she might be the most powerful Avenger, the most powerful hero in the MCU. That's including master sorcerers, angry hulks, and literal gods. Scarlet Witch might be more powerful than all of them. Because, I mean, just starting out, just looking at her telekinesis, the stuff she's doing is kinda insane. Starting out, there are just two people in the MCU who ripped apart vibranium. Can you guess them? Yeah, it's Thanos and Scarlet Witch. She's held up a falling air traffic control tower, casually thrown rubble, large pieces of debris at Thanos. She's even able to block a downward strike from Thanos and his sword. A strike where Thanos was absolutely putting all of his weight and power behind it. Remember, it was this same kind of strike that was powerful enough to break apart Captain America's shield. Yet Wanda was able to hold it back, even hold it back with just one hand. She managed to hold and push back against the Leviathan, which is something that Hulk had to exert a considerable amount of strength to do. She's managed to stop an oncoming wave of threshers, hold them up in the air, and then send them crashing to the ground, and even lift Thanos up into the air and squeeze down on top of him, forcing him to order an airstrike at the expense of his own troops just to be able to escape her. And that's just one of her powers. She can also fire out powerful energy blasts, one-shotting Ultron bots, one-shotting members of Thanos' army, blasting Thanos' sword out of his arms and cracking the sword, staggering Thanos with energy blast, and according to Vision, she was the only one capable of breaking the Mind Stone. The thing is, he was kinda right. She did manage to destroy the Mind Stone, and did it while simultaneously holding back Thanos with another one of her blast. She was able to create energy barriers, which is the only thing that saved her from the massive cannons from Thanos' ship. Wanda's even a powerful telepath. I mean, even though we've really only seen it once since Age of Ultron, she did manage to take out every Avenger but Hawkeye and Iron Man by playing mind games with them, and instantly control all those men. That's not nothing. Only catch is Scarlet Witch really doesn't have that great durability. She might arguably be the most powerful hero in the MCU, but she's just as durable as a normal human. So really, she's the most powerful glass cannon in the MCU. I mean, Hawkeye put her down with a taser to the head, War Machine put her down with a sonic cannon, Thanos knocked her off a backhanded slap. Ultimately, though, I think in a battle of telekinesis, Scarlet Witch would win. Meanwhile, disintegrating all those aliens was impressive. Nothing can really compare to Wanda holding off a 5-stone Thanos while simultaneously destroying the Mind Stone and just completely and utterly dominating Thanos in Endgame. But I actually think the key to this fight here is Phoenix's telepathy. Scarlet Witch does technically a telepathy of her own. Like we said, haven't really seen it come into play since Age of Ultron. And from what we did see, well, I think it's hard to argue that she's even close to being more powerful than someone like Professor X or Apocalypse. And Phoenix has already completely dominated both of them. Can't even imagine what she would do against Wanda. And also, it's clear that Phoenix is going to be landing the first attack here. So Scarlet Witch definitely isn't slow, as she's blocked Ultron Blast, blocked gunfire, even reacted to and contained an explosion at the very last second. But Phoenix blocked Lightning Blast, directed to Quicksilver. She's way faster. And so here's what we've got. I think Scarlet Witch would ultimately win a telekinetic fight, but it would definitely be a hard-fought victory, considering how powerful Phoenix is and her durability. But I don't think the fight is going to come down to that. I think it's going to come down to Phoenix's telepathy, considering that she can essentially one-shot and especially considering that she can attack before Scarlet Witch even realized what was happening. So yeah, Jean Grey is coming out on top here, which I mean honestly isn't that surprising. Because for as powerful as Scarlet Witch is, and she did gain her powers from an Infinity Stone, she just can't compare with the Phoenix. It's an entity that can both destroy and create planets. By the end of the movie, Jean fully transformed into Phoenix. It might be interesting to revisit this fight after WandaVision is over, Doctor Strange 2 is here, see how powerful Wanda is then. But as for now, Jean is just more powerful here, and she's coming out on top. Phoenix wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, turn on notifications, join the FanCo army, and I will see y'all next time.